we're gonna get into like the dynamics of the relationship, like who does what now. So I want to start with Chris and Paul because I know Chris don't cook, so I already know Paul is like the master chef or whatever. What else do you do?
I actually do cook. We have days that we alternate. However, Paul and I had two different upbringings. I'm more of a quick meal. Paul is no shortcuts. So when it's his turn to cook, it's going to be a meal. When it's my turn, we have like fajitas, burritos,
nachos, rotel.
Something simple. I'm not going to do.
So some days you cook and some days you starve.
Well, as you can see, I'm never going to miss a meal. Never going to miss a meal. However, you know, it just depends because I'm just not the type of person where I'm going to, you know, make sure every detail is cut and everything is made from scratch. That's all.
Oh, okay. That's good. And Marcus and Montage, like who does what?
I think we're even. We alternate. So I'll pick a day to cook, he'll pick a day to cook, and then certain days we'll just go out to eat and grab something just to snack on.
Who's the better cook out of the two?
Ooh. Bake. I can't bake. I burn the house. I can cook.
I feel like we both can cook, honestly.
But I can't bake.
Yeah. Now I can cook, but bacon is like my like
I can do Jiffy, but other than that, I leave them to the sweets and stuff. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's good. Now, what are your views on marriage? Like, even though it is legal in the state of Texas, do you feel it just necessary to solidify it on paper?
Me personally, I don't think that it has to be a paper thing because I'm really not trying to prove anything to anybody else. Mm-hmm. And so that's just my view on it. I believe if you love that person and y'all can get along and make it work, I believe that's amazing. Because normally a lot of people, when they sign their life away on a marriage document, is when things in this community fall apart. And so I don't think you actually have to quite go that far, but that's just my opinion.
Okay. And Chris?
I'm content.
I'm trying to get him to keep you because I need him to, you know, because I don't need him over there starving and I can't
don't do that, Shalisa.
I already got a kid.
Don't do that, Shalisa. No, I mean, my views on it, I mean, it's definitely something that I want to do. But just to clear something up real quick, we're not married. Strange thing. His last name is Johnson Folsom. Mine is Johnson. So that's why when she introduced us,
you ain't got to change
Christopher Paul.
Hey, you already got the name. You ain't got to change too much.
Exactly. But no, my thing is, I know that I'm going to be with him forever. That's who I want to be with. So whether it's on paper or not. But I would rather it be on paper for the simple fact, if anything was to happen, he has equal rights. He has that say so. He has that benefit. He'll be taken care of. You know, if I was to leave, I don't want any obstacles to come in to be like, oh, okay, well, it doesn't show here that you guys were legally married or anything like that. No.
But
that's the thing. Like things can come out of the woodworks and relatives can come out of the woodworks. I've seen it just in straight marriages and stuff because it's not necessary. So, I mean, the only thing that saved it was probably the actual will that they got, you know, before he passed away, but definitely that case. All right, Montage and DeMarcus.
Well, I want to get
married. Wait a minute, hell, they probably secretly married or something. Gonna tell me right now. What's up?
No, we ain't pull that stuff. I don't think Chris and Paul will be too happy about that. But definitely want to get married. I think it takes time. Because I'm the type, once I get married, I'm not getting married again. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people in the community take it as a joke because I tell like people get married and then 6-7 months, if it's that long, you know, they're already talking to somebody else. They're, you know, going through a divorce. So for me, I take it very seriously. So I feel like, you know, get with that person, learn their person, you know, and then eventually, you know, if that's the goal, hopefully that's the end goal for both of y'all, you know, then, you know, we can take that route. I mean, I know I want to get married. Yeah. So, you know, and being with him.
Okay, as long as y'all on the same page.
half a check. You know,
I was like, hold on. This interview about to be cut short.
you know,
I started something. Okay.
me.
No, but I'm pretty much the same way. You gotta
clarity. And now that I'm learning that, I have to double check, but that's definitely the goal for us. We're gonna wait a while because being with him and being with me, we're a little over the top when it comes to what we want, even more so when it's gonna come to get married. But I mean, that's definitely a goal for me. But like I said, when I'm married, I want to stay married, Yeah. I want to I even thought about doing pre-marriage counseling, before you get married. A lot of people, they do the counseling, once things are already bad instead of going beforehand. So
perfect idea. Yeah. Because at this point, I've just turned 40, so it's either gonna be a wedding or a funeral. I ain't proposing nobody. I ain't dragging nobody down the aisle. Like you say, you want to marry me? Okay, it's the stipulation.
Did you say wedding or a funeral?
Right here.
Funeral.
Okay. Now, as far as working, like, I want to ask, do y'all both work in corporate America? And do you find it being difficult being gay and Black in corporate America? Because it's already enough that we're Black in corporate America. So have you had to overcome any obstacles with that?
Well, the job that I have, I actually work semi-corporate America, where I actually work a lot into the LGBT community. Mm-hmm. And so my job, it does not affect me at all. I love it. I love the different walks of life of people who I meet every single day. And I love being able to assist and aid them through the beginning process all the way to, well, I wouldn't say the end, but all the way until they reach their goal. Yeah. And so it doesn't really affect me at all. I know that working in a hospital setting, it's different, but the department that I'm in is very opening. I see a lot of people who look like me, and so that's a great thing. And then I also see transgender, I see, I work with heterosexual men, homosexual men, so it works out great.
And not where you work at, but do you mind me asking, what do you do?
I am the HIV PrEP navigator for my department. And so I actually test you, get a result. From there, we know whether to put you on PrEP, which is a big thing now, or we're going to get you in care. And care is where you are HIV positive. And we will link you into care. And if everything works out great, you stay in the care until the day you die.
Okay. And Chris?
Just being in corporate America in the past, like in my previous positions, I will say it's been very challenging. And the reason I would say that is because, being Black, gay, and intelligent, a lot of people see that as an intimidation. So you have to be careful how you approach situations, or not to come off as strong as you completely are. For the simple fact, let's say you have a female supervisor, because this has actually happened to me before. I had a female supervisor, but she felt like she was threatened because I would carry myself a certain way, or I dated men, things like that, or when we're in meetings, I would speak up, and she felt as though she needed to keep me down where I was. So reporting under her. So that's been definitely challenging, but I mean, on the other hand, I have had positions where I report to a man, and they're completely fine with anything that I do, and they love to interact with me and make sure that I feel that I'm part of the team and things like that. So, I mean, it really depends on the company that you work for, your surroundings, but I mean, you're gonna have to deal with that everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not new to it, so it's okay with me. I totally understand, and I can adapt to any situation.
Yeah, and that's the thing I think we have to do, is adapt. It's not that we are comfortable with it or conform to it, and that's the one thing I want for us is not to conform to it, because I've seen so many people like brush things off, and I'm just, because like the backhanded compliments, the blatant, disrespect, things like that. I just don't want us to be conforming to that. I want us to be able to adapt, speak up, where need be.
Exactly.
Okay. And DeMarcus and Montage.
Vice versa to Chris's response as far as working in the corporate America. Sometimes you have to tone down your personality, especially when you're working around a lot of people. But in the end, some people like it, some people don't. So you just have to deal with the pros and the cons and try to weigh them out to see what's going to best fit you when you're around those people. So for me, I'm a people's person, so it's kind of easy to, weigh them in and I'm sorry.
Just win them over. Yeah.
No, just to get their perspective as far as I'm here to work as with your company and show you this is what I can do. I have professionalism and I can sometimes be comedian, but it's for me being gay and then working in the corporate America, it's just kind of hard sometimes because you have to show them this is who you are.
Yeah. Montage.
I work for an insurance company, and I've been there since maybe 2017. And when I first started, it was a rocky road because I'm the type of person, I don't hide who I am. I'm not flamboyant or anything like that. So I don't think that you would know, just from observing me. But I don't apologize for who I am. I'm very cutthroat at work. This is how it's gonna be. That's how it is, and I'm not gonna suppress myself to make you feel comfortable. I mean, you don't have to like it as long as my check deposit at the end of the week. We can always, not see eye to eye. And, that's my mind goal. I do work in corporate America. So it's challenging, because there are people that will be intimidated by you. But in my younger days, I used to be real cutthroat, I'll walk out of a job, but now that I know that I have, responsibilities, I'm trying to build and I'm going to keep building, I've had to put up with some things, but I've learned, when you pray against your enemy, I mean, when I first started with Sigma, my boss was African, but he gave me the blues day in, day out. And I was like, should I turn this place up, and catch a case or,
Knock all of it over.
But I prayed, and now it's to a point to where, in a way, he has to report to me where it may be something that he needs to get done, and he has to go through me. And so prayer really does work. And I say that because thinking back, I was going to leave. Me and Chris had even talked, and I was like, hey, send me a link, send me this. I have to get up out of here, before y'all be coming to pick me up. So, corporate America is hard because there are so many people that are intimidated by you. But what I've learned now is know your stuff, your stuff. And there can be a boss that cannot stand you. But if you make them look good and your stuff, they're going to deal with that at the end of the day because they need you. And so with that, I've been able to navigate through Cigna. And then I think I was telling DeMarcus or maybe Chris, you never know who's watching because where I am now, we do payments to the hospital. We investigate Medicaid fraud, things like that. So when I was first starting to sing, I used to always see this woman, she used to wave, you still here? I'm like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere, and she used to see, how I carried myself. And then, she would talk to other people about me. And just so happened that I was actually getting ready to leave and a position came available and she ended up being a hiring manager. And like she said, I've been watching you and how you carry yourself. And one thing, you're not loud, you're about your business. I don't ever hear you about, being in any mess. And so that goes to show that a lot of people do pay attention to you, even when you don't think that anybody's observing you. And I think that's why, I've gotten as far as I have now in the company and do, pretty much do what I want to do. I hate to say it like that, but, it's hard in corporate America. But I say when you find that person that, can show you the ropes and all that, because, I know people that don't even have a degree and they're a VP or, they're over a whole department. And that goes to show it's not about a piece of paper that says, hey, I have a bachelor's or an associate's. It's all about who you know. So corporate America has its, its pros and its cons, but it's challenging. I don't wish it on anybody to have to go to work, and be beat down every day because of who they are, and that's one thing I appreciate about the company I work with. They take things like that serious,
That's good. Now, as far as other businesses and things like that, what do you guys do besides corporate America?
Well, I've been working. Oh, is that for Chris?
No. Go ahead.
I thought you said.
Go ahead.
I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, and back in the day, I tell the joke all the time, but I used to be like the dude to go to at school because I worked at a grocery store. So, I always had, candy, pencils, pens, so I always wanted to have my own income, my own extra income. So what I've been working on now is a cleaning business called Rubik's Cleaning. I've already got business cards and things like that. I have been running into roadblocks because like I said, people are intimidated by you. But right now I'm just trying to work on getting at least, 1 or 2 contracts, because even though I love what I do, it's nothing like working for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. What area do you service?
I didn't hear you, I'm sorry.
What area do you service?
Oh, right now it's just DFW. So we're looking for contracts. We're trying to start with commercial. But right now, we're open to residential and commercial. So anywhere in DFW.
Now DFW means Dallas.
Well, yeah. So I've got about a 40-mile radius from like the Austin area, but knowing that this is something I've been working on, I know that I may have to go a little bit further out, but I want to make sure that it's also, financially responsible to be, going that far. And then, it's always about the contracting, the amount of dollars, per square feet, things like that. But
yeah,
no. But that's me.
Okay. Marcus.
Well, I'm actually about to research on how to be a loan officer because I work in the actual auto financing company. So I'm trying to work my way up into that industry so that make big bucks. So
Chris and Paul.
Well, I have so many side hustles. Me and a great friend of mine in New Jersey, we have a little hat business. And so we make a lot of Sunday hats for a lot of church mothers like that. I do a lot of baking for different people and I get that sent out. I'm just a people person. I just love to go out and help people, do things for people. I'm a college student. I'm getting my master's degree in public health. And so I just got so many irons in the fire. So I'm just looking to see where life brings.
What's the name of that? What's the name of the hat company?
Tandro's Hat Company. Tandro's Military, actually.
Oh, okay. Let's check that out. Does it already have a website?
It does.
Okay. So y'all make sure at the end of this call, we're going to say our little websites and how to contact us and get all this information, because we're going to get Montaje this good old, his couple of clients so he can get started.
He can text.
All right, and Chris?
As you know, I work on on multiple things. I'm in real estate school right now. I'm still in my first course because the course is kind of self-paced. So I'm still kind of in my first course, but I'm doing that. I still do interior design. I still speak whenever I can. I am actually working on, I'm actually developing a show called Blackmail, which will be a panel-based show with 4 Black men. 2 are going to be homosexual, and the other 2 are straight. That way, it'll give us a little diverse mix, as well as it's kind of some age gaps there. It's maybe about 2 to 5 years in between myself and some of the other guys. But with that, we'll be kind of tackling a good agenda. So that is still in the works right now. Just trying to get that set up and roll that out hopefully before July 20th.
Okay. And we're still working on the pillows?
That we are. So I just got another sewing machine.
Mhm.
that I need to go look at fabric and stuff like that. But I mean, I kind of just been doing my own thing and kind of put that on the back burner for now. But that is definitely still something I'm going to be doing too.
Okay. All right. Now, serious question. Now, in the wake of George Floyd's death, do you find it difficult to participate in the Black Lives Matter movement? Because we do have had some attacks on gay and transgender people of color as they're trying to protest. How does that personally affect you? Does it, make you, as far as safety, does it even make you want to participate, or is that going to stop you or anything like that?
I'll let you answer that question.
Honestly, it's so many things going on right now that I have to weigh my options, because there's times when I want to go out and protest, but even, speaking to some people that feel as though when you go out there to the protest, that it's a setup, they're already ready for you. What all are you trying to sacrifice? I definitely believe in having my voice heard. I'm trying to find a better way of doing that. Hopefully this platform will help me do that. But being out there and being with COVID, it's kind of, okay, if I go to this one, it's a little more open. If I participate in this protest, it's a little more shut in. Still trying to practice that social distancing. So it really is how do I support my way? And that's something that I'm definitely trying to figure out. What's the best way for me to support? From donations to volunteering wherever I can, but it really has impacted, because it seems as though it's coming from all sides, from Black men to Black women to my trans sisters, my LBGT community. It's coming from all sides. So when you feel like you're in the middle of that, from Black to gay, and either way you're targeted all the way around. It's like you're just sitting here waiting on the sharks to attack. So you're like, okay, which angle do I go towards, or anything like that? So with me, it's really eye-opening, because it could be anybody.
Yeah.
What you think?
I agree.
Montaje and DeMarcus?
I feel like as a Black community, we're supposed to be here for all people, as far as our kind. Sometimes we feel hatred towards our Black people because they don't like gays, or they have hatred towards transgenders. I feel like if we're all one, we're supposed to be fighting for Black Lives Matter. We're supposed to be here as a unit, instead of, downing us because we're gay or transgender. I just feel like we're supposed to be all family. So why not be that instead of, going against us? We're supposed to be fighting what's going on in the world right now as far as racism and hatred, and just feel like we're supposed to all be as one family.
Yeah.
I'm never really left speechless. I always have a mouthful to say, but when I seen the attack, I was just baffled, because I'm just like, okay, if we out there supporting the same cause, you worried about the wrong thing, And then I just was talking to a few friends of mine yesterday, and I said, why is it that straight men, and it's mostly Black males, are so agitated because of who we choose to love? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I watched the protest, and we had one going on in Dallas and things like that. I even got the I Can't Breathe shirt for me and Chris. But I don't put myself in situations where, I'm going to put myself in danger. I would love to protest, but, it's kind of like when you go out there, okay, do I need to watch from the police? Do I got to watch from the Black dude that don't like me because of, So it to me, like I said, I'm just speechless, because it's like I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't. you know, if I do protest, like I said, you know, you having to worry about police brutality, you know, but then you might be walking to the car and some dude, you know, come behind you and pluck you, you know, because who you decide to. So for me, and I hate to say it, but I just kind of sit back and observe because I mean, I'm just, I'm baffled. I mean, they make it hard, you know, here and it's the Black community because the Black community will overlook an uncle or a brother or somebody touching a cousin, you know, being a pedophile, you know, and they sweep things under the rug. But when it comes to, oh, yeah, he called himself liking boys or she called herself liking girls, you know, and it just goes to show you that y'all won't change, but it's no change to how we change our mindset, you know, and that starts at home. That starts with your family dynamics, you know, and I hope that it changes, you know, because we don't even respect ourselves. How you gonna get the other race to respect us, you know? So that's all I have on that.
Yeah, because I definitely, you definitely have to weigh out the safety, because I see people out there, you know, protesting with their kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I did participate in the protest, and I am extremely glad I did not bring my daughter with me because I got hit with tear gas with contact, so it was fun. So, yeah, but I feel like it does accomplish a goal. But what we're doing now, as far as the blackouts, is the main thing. And it's not that, oh, we need to, you know, get more money to them. No, we need to create our own way. You never see them messing with, you know, really messing with the Chinese community or the Hispanic community in the way that they mess with us. Because they make their money and they go off and may build their own little area. And sometimes that's what you have to do. And at this point, I am not about to educate somebody that is willfully ignorant that, oh, I didn't know, oh, there's racism. Oh, what do you need me to do? If you don't know what to do, then you might as well just sit back and keep your mouth shut. Because it's been here, it's been, you know, this is an ongoing problem.